Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder again with another AITA story for you. This one is, Am I the Astronaut for Trying to Reconnect with My Daughter After Tough Choices? Hey Reddit, I need some insight on a situation that's been tearing me apart. A few years ago, my life took an unexpected turn when I lost my beloved wife, my daughter's biological mother, to a sudden illness. In the midst of my grief, I found comfort in a support group for widowed spouses, where I met a woman who had also experienced loss. We got married, perhaps too soon, just 6 months after my wife's passing. Wait. Your wife passed away, and in 6 months you were married? I felt like a slug that just got salt poured on me. No. I believed this new relationship could provide stability for my daughter and me. However, blending our families wasn't as smooth as I hoped. My daughter was understandably still grieving and struggling with the loss of her mother. She wasn't ready to treat my new wife like her mother or call her children her siblings, and this caused tension in our homes. And what I believed was the best decision, I asked my daughter to go live with her maternal grandparents, who she had a close relationship with and expressed her desire to move in with. What? So, the right choice wasn't to, take your time. And if you felt like you might have a romantic interest with someone, like slowly introduce it to the family, see if the dynamic there and the chemistry all worked out. Like, give your daughter time to grieve. You take time to grieve. Make sure that you're not making rash decisions because you're grieving. Make sure that everybody gelled and then slowly take it to the next point. No, the right decision is to just marry someone that you met 6 months after your wife passed, and then instead of, trying to improve things or protect your daughter, you're just going to tell her to leave so that your new wife and her kids can stay with you. Are we going to be making the wrong choice at every turn? Or is it just these couple? At the time, I genuinely believed this would be best for my daughter. She seemed unhappy living with us, and her grandparents offered a loving and supportive environment. Despite the distance, I made sure to call her 4 times a week, but she rarely picked up, and when she did, it felt like she was just going through the motions. Feeling hurt and rejected, I decided to limit contact, hoping she would realize how much I cared and that I was only doing what was best for her. Recently, I came across a post on social media about my daughter's high school graduation and realized I wasn't invited. Feeling hurt again, I tried to reach out, hoping for a chance to reconcile. But my daughter refuses to talk to me. She even went as far as saying I'm not her father, which devastated me. I can't help but feel like she's being selfish, refusing to see I only did what was best for her, even if she can't understand it. Dude, you're lying to yourself. Homeboy here has fed himself his own bullshit so many times that he actually believes it now. In my mind, I've been trying to be a responsible parent and provide her with a stable home and support system. This is what I mean. He actually believes his own bullshit. I thought she'd be happier with her grandparents, but it seems like she can't forgive me for the choices I made. I'm hurt, and I want her to understand that everything I did was out of love for her, even if she can't see it. No, Reddit, am I the asshole for trying to reconnect and expecting her to apologize? Yes. Should I give up on our relationship and move on, or should I keep pushing for a chance to make things right? You can try. I believe I did what was best for her, even if she doesn't see it. Bullshit. And I just want her to understand that. Any advice or insights would be appreciated. Thanks for listening, Reddit. Okay. Before anything can be healed here, you, OP, brozo dumbass, have to recognize that you are feeding yourself bullshit and you are swallowing it down and calling it mashed potatoes. You have to understand and accept that none of this shit is true. You have to be able to see through this haze and say, yes, I did the wrong thing. I made the wrong choices. I married someone too quick. I didn't take the time to make sure that my daughter had a say in this and that she was comfortable with all of this. I didn't give her time to grieve. Instead of doing the right thing and deciding to take it slower and living apart with my new wife and give my daughter time, instead I just sent her off to live with the grandparents. All of these things were the wrong thing. You cannot look at all these decisions and say, I did what was best for her. Bullshit. You did what was best for you. You did what was easiest for you. And that's it. And until you can admit that, you will not have a relationship with your daughter. You have to get to the point where you can say, yeah, I recognize that I've been feeding myself bullshit this whole time, and I see it now. I see that I was believing my own bullshit. You have to get past it though. Somehow there's got to be a wake-up call, and pain creates change, right? Maybe this is the pain that will lead to that, but he's already experienced this pain. He's experienced this pain by not being invited. He says he's in pain. He's hurt right now, and he still can't frickin' see it. What is it gonna take for this guy to understand? What is it going to take for him to see that he has chosen wrong at every turn? I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that will take, but I do know he will never have a relationship with his daughter until he gets there. And so far, Brozo here has taken the easy route at every turn. Fixing things would require a hell of a lot of work. The precedent is that he's not going to do it because there's no easy way to do it. He's chosen the easy route every time. There is no easy route here, which means he's probably not going to do it. The question is, am I the astronaut for trying to reconnect with my daughter after tough choices? That's not the question. No, you're not the asshole for trying to reconnect with your daughter. That's not really what's going on here, though. That's not the question we should be asking. The question is, what is it going to take to be able to fix the relationship or have a smallest glimmer of hope in fixing the relationship with my daughter? The question should be, am I the asshole for moving on and marrying someone 6 months after my wife passed and forcing my daughter to just deal with it or go live with her grandparents? That's what the question should be here. And it would be, yes, absolutely. You are the asshole because you could only think of yourself here. And then you spoon-fed yourself your own bullshit, called it mashed potatoes, and said you were doing the right thing for your frickin' daughter, and you believed it this whole time. I'm just going to stare at you for a while now so that you understand how serious I am. Yes, you are the asshole. However, we've talked about how you can fix it. The only question now is a relationship with your daughter worth the amount of effort that it's going to take? Is it worth the pain you're going to have to put yourself through? Obviously, a good dad would say yes. Someone who actually cared about his daughter would say yes, absolutely, and he would do whatever it took. There's no easy button, though. You can't marry your way out of this one. People who believe their own bullshit are like the worst kind of people, in my opinion. I think there are people who feed other people bullshit enough that they start to believe it themselves, and then their entire worldview is just jacked, and I just don't get it. I don't get it.